Hello, this is Seth. Welcome to another AFI film list review. I'm doing Giant this time. Giant is a 1956 film and appears on the 82nd position of the 1998 list. And I'm also doing a James Dean film review of Giant, which is James Dean's final Oscar nod film. So he got an Oscar nomination for Eastbourne and an Oscar nomination for Giant. The cast is basically a who's who of big film stars. We've got Rock Hudson, who is Jordan Benedict, who is the ranch owner. We've got Elizabeth Taylor, who's Leslie Benedict, the ranch owner's wife. We have our boy James Dean as Jet Rink. I wonder what his name that is. Jet Rink he's a guy who becomes an oil tycoon. I'm going to mention some other people because they are important later in the review. Sal Mineo was in Rebel Without a Cause. He's in this movie too as Angel, Mexican American boy living on the ranch. Dennis Hopper, anyone know him? He plays Leslie Vic Benedict's son, Jordy. Last but not least is Mercedes McKendrick. She plays Les, who's Jordan Benedict Sr.'s sister, so little Jordy's aunt. Giant chronicles the transition from ranch economy to oil economy in Texas. Because before the last century, it was all longhorn and cattle. Cattle was Texas' main product. And if you look at Texas now, it's mostly oil. Like W. Bush had an oil company. I've got a friend whose husband is an oil executive. So we're talking oil's pretty big in Texas. And if I have to tell you that, I also have a bridge in the desert to tell you. So this is about that transition from ranching to oil. This is also about transition of traditionally Texans and people in the Southwest have treated Mexicans and Mexican Americans as second-class citizens. A lot of racism, a lot of you can't eat here, you have to use that water fountain, and all the same things that happen to African Americans in other places. I think it's pretty groundbreaking to discuss that. So what happens is Jordan Vic Benedict Sr., not Jordy, Jordan Vic Benedict wants to get some horses for his ranch. So he comes up to Maryland and he buys a horse. Well, with the horse, he takes a shine to Leslie Linton, who is the farmer's daughter. So he falls in love with the farmer's daughter and she follows him to Texas. And they get married. So meanwhile, they're living on a ranch called Rieta Ranch, and Love's, Jordan's sister, notices that there's a guy camping on a little part of her ranch, and he's down on his luck. His name is Jet Rink. You know, James Dean. She makes a deal with him because she doesn't want to kick him off her land. She said, I'll give you this corner of the ranch where you can just have his own. And he names it Little Realtor. So unbeknownst to Jordan, when he comes home with his wife-to-be, Luz dies by falling off a horse or something. And so, without her okay, because she said he can't get Jedrick off his land. And they go at it. And just, And there's a whole thing about Jedrick being attracted to Leslie Benedict, Elizabeth Taylor, because who would it be? Who would it be attracted to Liz Taylor? Have an uneasy relationship between Jordan and Jet. There we go again. Two main characters with the same initial in their name. And Leslie Luz. Anyway, fortune changes for Jordan as there's less and less need for cattle from his ranch, so he's finances are going down. In the meantime, there's nothing for Leslie to do but raise kids, so she wanders around the property and there's a bunch of Mexicans living on the ranch. One of them is Angel the Salmonio. And she befriends Angel and, works to promote Mexican Americans' rights, that they're not second-class citizens and you need the same rights as everywhere else. And there's one scene where Jet and Vic get into a fight at the diner. Told by racist he wouldn't Mexicans into his joint, so Vic ended up beating the guy who owns the joint and he gets kicked out, but Leslie is happy because, even though he's not really fond of the Mexicans, he'll stick up for them, like have thing like secondary racism and I won't date one, but, I'll beat down a racist for you. And yeah, it's beautifully shot, but it's kind of slow. The cinematography has big skies and just amazing views all over the place. It's kind of slow, but it's like a Western from 1956, so what is that? That's 62 years old, so you gotta cut it some slack. They won't do it any raves down in Texas. And so what happens is, Jordan keeps wanting to get Jedrick off his land, but his finances is going down, and then Jet discovers oil. And there's no way that Jordan can kick him off now because guy has oil money and now he's worth more than the Benedicts. So it's an interesting turn of circumstance, and what ends up happening is, they're kind of frenemies, and it's more like kind of an American version of a foreign film where there's no clear winner, I would guess, because for all Jet's money ends up alone, and for all, the problems and the money problems, the Benedicts are still together, so it's just not, it's not a happy Hollywood ending. It's just not like that, but it's really interesting to see how James Dean acts, and he was in 3 films, like I said before, and each one is a treasure because he's one of the greatest Hollywood actors, was nominated for an Oscar for 2/3 of his films. I think no one can outdo that, not even Meryl Streep. The more films you make, the lower your chances of having an award per movie is. The diminished returns anyway, something like that. But, you gotta make 2 films and get an Oscar nod for both of them, and then you'll be better than James Dean. But I was pleased to see that there was a film where people were taking up the cause of Mexican Americans because, they're news again because we need to stick up for the people in this country too. It's not anyone's fault that I was born half Asian. It's not their fault that I was born Mexican. If that's even a thing, second class citizen thing. Everyone should be treated the same way. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you on the final one, Rebel Without a Cause, because it's everyone's favorite James Dean film, probably the most known film that he's ever been in, and probably the only one we'll care about. So have a good day, and I'll be back.